The Princess and the Pea, Fairy Tale Classic Storybook by Little Landoll Books. Long ago, in a land quite forgotten, there lived a queen whose only hope was that her son, the prince, would find happiness. Each night her dreams were filled with this wish. Certainly the prince had every reason to be happy. The king and queen loved him. The castle where he made his home was comfortable. Servants waited upon him, eager to fill his every need. Still, the handsome prince was sad and lonely. He wanted to marry, but not just any bride. He wanted to marry a true princess. Many beautiful girls lived in the kingdom and in the lands across the ocean and over the mountains. Girls who said they were princesses, and so the prince, with his mother's help, decided to meet every girl and choose a bride. One by one, girls came to the castle to meet the prince and the queen, but none was the bride he wanted. At last, the prince gave up his search. Late one dark and rainy night, the prince and his mother and father heard a timid knock at the door. Curious, they opened it and let it swing wide. Blown in with the wind and the rain was a girl. When she pushed back the hood to her cape, long golden hair fell about her face. The prince thought that she was the most beautiful girl he had ever seen. Quickly, he led her close to the fireplace where a great blaze roared. As she warmed her hands and let the rain dry from her dress and cape, she explained that she was a princess, a real princess who had lost her way in the dark. The queen thought that this story was the tallest of tales, yet she held her tongue and made a plan. The plan would certainly tell if the girl was a princess or if she was an impostor. "Stay tonight, my dear," said the queen. "In the morning we will help you find your way back home." After the little princess agreed, the queen left to prepare a room. She stacked 6 mattresses high upon a large bed. Then she placed 3 small peas at the bottom of the pile. The queen then led the princess into the room. "I hope you will be comfortable here," she said. The princess had never seen such a tall bed. She watched as the queen left the room. Then she climbed to the highest mattress and snuggled under a soft, flowered blanket. All night long, the princess tossed and turned upon the bed. No matter how hard she tried, she could not find a spot that was comfortable. The next morning, when the princess met with the prince and his mother and father, she was very, very tired. "Did you rest easily?" asked the clever queen. "You are quite kind," answered the princess, who did not want to sound rude. "I slept just fine," she said, trying not to yawn. "You slept fine, you say?" asked the queen. "Well then, a good sleep in that bed proves you are not a true princess. Now I think it's time for you to leave." "But wait," said the prince, turning to the princess. "Tell us truthfully. How did you sleep last night?" "Well, to be honest," said the princess, "it felt like I slept on stones. I hardly slept at all." "See, mother," said the happy prince, "she really is a princess." The prince and his princess were filled with happiness. The king and queen blessed their marriage and sent them to live in a nearby castle. Whenever the queen came to visit, she was given her own room with a special bed where she spent many comfortable nights. And although she never cared to check beneath the mattress, the queen would have been quite surprised to find what was there. The end. I hope you enjoyed this fairy tale, The Princess and the Pea, read by Signora Kenney.